Hey gang, Captain Jim Ross here. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show. We got Captain Eric Myers from Slightly Obsessed Fishing Charters on the show this morning. We got to talk about the red snapper debacle quite a bit. Obviously today is the first day of the CCA Star Tournament and Lots of Spots Tournament. And of course, we talked about what's going on in the Indian River Lagoon and also about the near shore reef off of Cocoa Beach that is being not proposed, but being worked on right now. So hopefully you guys and gals enjoy today's show.
You're listening to WWBC, Cocoa, Melbourne, Titusville, 1510 AM, as well as W234BI, Cocoa, Rockledge, and W264AS, Rockledge, Melbourne, Palm Bay, and 100.7 FM.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to check out what's going on up and down the Space Coast. I'm Captain Jim Ross. I'm the host of the show. If you're just joining us for the first time this morning, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on up and down the Space Coast with the fishing. Of course, you know we're going to be touching on the red snapper debacle that has recently hit hit the entire Atlantic coast. Everybody out there is really upset about what's happened with that. But right now, I got to introduce my special co-host this morning. I got Captain Eric Myers in the studio this morning. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was here.
It's been a minute. You've been a busy guy.
Yeah, it's been a while. Just hard to find a date to sneak in here.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Well, you know, it's late May. It's actually Memorial Day weekend.
It is.
So, you know, everybody's this is kind of the kickoff for beach season here in Florida for Floridians. For people that moved here from somewhere else.
A lot of people are going to be
They've been going to the beach. But for true Floridians are like, okay, we go from Memorial Day until Labor Day because until the water gets to be about 80 degrees, it's just too dadgum cold to get in that ocean. But if you're from Lake Huron and you move down here in February, you are immediately in the ocean because our water was already warmer than what you see year round up there. So, anyway, we got Memorial Day weekend coming up. CCA Star Tournament kicks off today. CCA Lots of Spots Tournament kicks off today. Red Snapper season was supposed to kick off yesterday.
Supposed to.
And I'll tell you,
it's a whole other rabbit hole right there.
Oh, I don't even know if we want to start on that one just yet. Let's wait for later. Let's wait for later in the show to start on that whole thing.
Other people chime in on it too.
Yeah, because the whole red snapper debacle it's to the point where it's comical. It's gotten comical. It's like what's the next plot twist?
I thought it was a joke.
It's like watching a series on TV now. It's like watching Yellowstone. Okay, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
You know, it's just this crazy thing with this whole red snapper deal. But you know what? You know, the fishing has been really good. I know you've been getting out a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot to go catch.
A lot of stuff to do right now. So, you know, even though there's red snapper not technically open, like there's a lot of other things to catch. So,
yeah.
Don't be too discouraged.
How is your bottom bite overall? I mean, grouper season's open. You know, obviously we can keep the mangroves, the lanes, the vermilions, the different species. Muttons, if you get a mutton.
Yeah.
How's it been for you?
It's been good, but I mean, obviously you do have to weed through a bunch of red snapper most days. But you just got to keep the faith and keep weeding through and be consistent at it. And that's how you get the other fish, essentially.
Have you found a specific depth where you can say target other species more effectively versus catching a bunch of red snapper, or are they just everywhere?
Sometimes, but it's not like it's not all the time that happens, essentially. So like I'll see it on some trips where there's certain things at certain depths, and then you go back out again like a couple weeks later, and then it's kind of all
they've moved,
changed again.
Well, that's the whole springtime pattern in general. As an example, we did the Project Sea Safe event down at Old Fish House in Grant, basically a month ago. This weekend, a month ago, and that whole area from Melbourne to Wabasso was so loaded with snook and decent sized trout.
That's a good area down there.
That it was almost like cheating. If you threw a live bait near just about any piece of structure, or first thing in the morning, you got out and you threw a topwater plug or a jerk bait or a paddle tail around almost any piece of structure, whether it be a mangrove shoreline, whether it be a spoil island, whether it be a dock, there were just snook everywhere, and there was a lot
cooperative ones.
Yeah, and a lot of really big snook too.
Yeah.
Average snook size is probably 30 to 35 inches. Fish well into the 40-inch range on a regular basis. Just some really good stuff. And a whole lot of juvenile snook. A whole lot of those 20 to 22, 24-inchers.
Yeah, I haven't seen many north of probably Pineda, I would say.
No, I don't know why. But here the last...
we did lose some during the freeze that we had, back in January.
But during the last week and a half-ish time frame, it went from snook everywhere on every piece of structure to, put it this way, we got a double hookup out from under the rope swing on one of the spoil islands. Out from under the rope. Must have been
a weekend.
No, it was. I don't fish. As you know, I don't fish weekends.
You're right here.
I'm right here, and then tomorrow I'm doing my thing with the House of God, and I'm in church tomorrow. But it's one of those things where Monday through Friday it's a little less traffic, and we pulled up, and I'm easing along the shoreline, and I'm like, okay, well, there's a little lay down over here. We need to go check. And as we're going to that lay down, we're going by the rope swing, and there's a school of snook laying right underneath the rope swing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold up. Pitch a couple of baits in there. We had a couple of pogies and pilchards. Pitched them up in there. Bang, bang, double hookup.
Have you seen a lot of bait down there, too?
Yes, before. Now, no. So, yes, back a couple of weeks ago, lots of bait. Bait everywhere. Last couple of days,
pogies or
other than mullet, everything.
Redfins,
pilchards, glass minnows, mullet.
All the bait.
All the bait was there. Now... it's been mainly just mullet and pinfish. It's kind of changed a little bit. But for some reason, I can't get the fish. I can't get them to eat a pinfish. It's just like, now if you fillet it, if you butterfly it or do whatever, you can get a redfish or a trout or a snook to pick up the butterflied fillet. But to throw a pinfish live right now on the flats, just does not seem to be working for me. They're much more in tune with chasing the mullet.
Man, I haven't seen a pinfish up here in the Banana River, like the part of the Indian River in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So, obviously, as the week changes, the bait changes. There's a lot of those little silver perch too, which don't, for whatever reason, for as many of them as there are in the river, they don't make that great.
Yeah, you think they'd be more of effective bait? I don't know. I know. I've tried them.
They work great dead.
Yeah, it's weird.
But live, I just don't get the bites on them, and I'm not sure why. Because they're not spiny or sticky like a pinfish is. So it's like, why? They're soft. Why wouldn't they eat these things? And I'm not really sure. And they even croak. They make little noises.
Yeah.
But
just like a croaker.
Yeah. But you put a croaker out side by side with a silver perch, and they just whack the croaker.
Probably not as energetic as the croakers are.
Could be.
Well, they're probably not as noisy either and vocal.
Yeah. But yes, bait to an extent. But now I haven't fished.
Seen any jacks down there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In fact,
big ones like the 15 plus
there's like
pound.
1 or 2 schools of them. There's more.
Usually they start rolling down the beach right about now.
Yeah, there's more like 5 to 8, 9-ish pound jacks down there. Lots of those. In fact, we were fishing up in the Sebastian River the other day, catching those things while we were trying to catch the tarpon and trying to keep the sail cats off of our line. And we were hooking the jacks, fighting the jacks, and then the sandbars and the bull sharks were eating the jacks. Because there's a lot of sandbars and bull sharks in the lagoon right now. A lot. And they're not little.
I I was getting some good ones. So, yeah, I was getting some good ones in like that Port St. John to Titusville area for a while. Like I'll have to show you some pictures, but like 5+ footers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It made good fun for people that want to just catch sharks or catch something big.
The biggest one I got up there was about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it was like during that February,
I
March.
was trolling. I went and netted some pogies, and I came back and I was trolling along the edge of the channel trying to get that one little school of tarpon to bite. And here we go, 150, 170 pound sandbar. Was not at all prepared.
A sandbar shark?
Sandbar, not at all prepared for that.
What?
Yeah.
That's the first. I've never heard that. So, where is that at? Down by Sebastian?
Right in front of the power plant.
In front of the power plant?
I was right there trolling the buoy line or the channel edge, right straight out in front of the south power.
Got a lot
plant.
of bull sharks over there.
A lot of those too. Yeah. But this one was an actual sandbar.
On a live bait?
Yeah. So I was trolling about a 10-inch long silver trout. So I had a pogie on one and a silver trout on the other because the catfish kept eating the pogies.
Dude, the catfish, bro.
So I'm trying to trying to outsize them, if you will.
Are out of control.
And so I'll pull a whole ladyfish. I'll pull a whole, like silver trout aren't like speckled trout. Like you can't use a speckled trout for bait. But silver trout, there's no regulations on whether you can use them for bait or not. So I'm like, he's going out the back.
They're good shark bait.
They're great shark bait, as I found out, because the bait, he wasn't in the water probably 20 seconds. I was still sliding him back, and the pickup came. Yeah,
a lot of the offshore guys are using for shark bait while they're got the small rods out while they're shark fishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, so lots has been. There's a lot of things happening right now. I was really starting to get into some decent trout until this week. And now all of a sudden this week, my trout
seemed like when that last full moon came through, it dropped way off for me.
Yeah.
Like that last full moon that we had. I don't remember when that was, last week or something.
Yeah, because we're into, but it
was really good there for a little bit. Like the ladyfish and the trout and the reds were all pretty good. I
mean, like my biggest trout this week was only about 21.5 inches. And so with the size baits I'm using, I should be getting those 25, 26, 27.
You need that consistent weather to start, man. Like consistent weather, solid wind from a solid direction every day. No more fronts coming through and screwing things up, man. It's getting old.
I was listening to the weather radio this morning.
Yeah.
To get the conditions for the fishing and boating conditions segment of the show. And in 1994, I think it said. I forgot what it was. I didn't pay attention to the year real well, but not too long ago, the low for the morning was 56 degrees in Melbourne.
It's chilly.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I could use a little bit of that again, honestly.
It's chilly. Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting that, here I'm driving to the studio this morning and it's 73 degrees or 74 degrees already.
It felt nice out there.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad, but I'm sure it's going to get hot. I'm sure it's going to get hot later. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So going back to the snapper, there are spots that you can sort of get away from the red snapper occasionally.
Yeah, there's spots. Yeah, they're just harder to find. Probably like time of year dependent too would come into factor into that. And it's more getting away from the sharks these days, dude.
Yeah.
Getting away from the sharks is a harder proposition. Generally, I think the deeper you go, the easier it is to get away from the reds, but they're still, you'll still catch them out to 300 plus feet sometimes. So
wow.
It's crazy.
So, going back to the shark thing, obviously depredation, anything we're catching these days, they want to eat. They've learned the sound of the boat.
As soon as you pull up on a spot, you'll have them swimming around the boat before you even drop a line a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's spots that, don't get fished a ton, or you go out after like a blow for a week, thinking, oh, well, nobody's fished this, so it probably won't be, too sharky. Wrong.
So I blame myself partially for that, okay? And many people that are recreational anglers, I think we can all blame ourselves for that, because a number of years ago, there was we used to have an inshore long line, quote unquote, long line shark fishery, a near coastal long line shark fishery that was keeping the sharks at bay, okay, commercially. commercial fishery for them. Well, via
State permitted?
yeah, I don't remember if it was state or federal, but it was a long line. It's been 15, 18 years ago now. But now, so there was a movement to reopen that shark fishing. And as a recreational angler, I'm like, they're finning sharks, they're throwing the whole shark away. They're not utilizing, not using best practices to utilize the shark. They're just catching the shark, cutting the fins off because they're getting $20, $30 a pound back in, and throwing the rest of the shark out. And to me, that's wasteful.
I mean, plenty of people eat sharks. Like, I don't see why you can't use the whole thing.
But if you're going to pack your hold of your boat or your fish box with product, are you going to pack it with stuff that's getting $4 a pound? Or are you going to pack it with stuff that's getting $20 a pound?
That's fair.
So the commercial fishermen were cutting the fins off and then throwing the whole rest of the shark.
Well, I would imagine that would be like just any other circumstance where you're catching fish. Like, you can't bring in a non-intact fish, or else you're gonna subject yourself to like fines.
Right. Well, the longline fishery got shut down. Okay, there was a recreational push, shut it down, and then there was a renewal.
But even people with shark permits, like, there's not very many of them.
No,
like, there's maybe a couple of them.
But to bring it back around, there was a renewed effort, and we suppressed that renewed effort. Well, now, where we thought we were doing something good for the environment and doing something good for the fishery, and obviously we did, because there's more sharks now than there's ever been in the recollection of modern history. But now we're having to deal with the repercussions of all of those sharks out there. So I personally, for the last year and a half or 2 years, have been kind of saying maybe we need to look at a limited quota, a limited entry back into the shark fishery to kind of, get some of these sharks back out of the system so that we don't have the depredation problems we're having when we're trying to reel up our amberjack and snapper and grouper and things of that nature.
Yeah, because how many, some people sit there and how many fish will you lose before you get to catch that one fish,
Right. Well, some people just don't realize that you're just rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah,
all you're doing is fueling the fire by sitting there and feeding the fish.
Yes.
Feeding the sharks, that is.
Yep.
So if you get sharked, move.
And they tell their buddies, and then hey, come to this spot. I got
check
fed.
it out.
I got fed 10 times today.
Yeah, I got I got to eat 10 red snapper this guy hooked today. And as anglers, we have to do better. We honestly do, especially as people wanting to open a fishery back up like the red snapper fishery. We need to do better and not sit there. It's like if you have a dolphin that surrounds you in the flats and you're catching dink trout and ladyfish and you're releasing them and he's eating every single one of them and you don't move, that's on you. You're reinforcing bad behavior. That's on you. Move. Take the boat somewhere else.
I won't do that. I'll throw them in the live well until I move.
I do too.
And then I'll go up to the trees and just put them in the... Well, I'll make sure they're gone, and then I'll go up in the bush.
Exactly. I do that a lot. If I ever got stopped by FWC,
not only does
I would probably be in trouble for it, but I'm trying to help the fish.
But not only does it, eat your fish, it burns the spot, too, because it'll come in and
just crush
the whole spot. Yeah. Like, it's just...
Yep. Well, you know what? Let's take our first break of the day. When we come back, we got a caller on the line, so don't go away. Captain Eric Myers and myself, Jim Ross, are going to be right back after these messages. Assassin, the most trusted name in bass fishing lures, is now the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook hammer the Saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. With its amazing swimming action, this lure sets the bar for swim bait designs. Other companies continue to try, but none have been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. I like the native shiner colored 5-inch Shad Assassin. That's my go-to lure when I'm targeting big gator trout. Redfish love the Drunk Monkey or the Mudbug colored 4-inch Assassin Shrimp Cocktail. And you can rig these on a weedless worm hook or the amazing Assassin Springlock jig head. Now, these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish, and you can get them at your local tackle store or go to bassassassin.com and get some of these fantastic lures for yourself today. Starbright Premium Marine Polish helps keep your boat looking great. This easy-to-apply premium polish uses polymers instead of wax, so it lasts up to 3 times longer than traditional boat wax. The polymers in Starbright Premium Marine Polish are also easier to apply, block UV rays better, and help keep fish blood, slime, and poop and other stuff from sticking to your gel coat. Starbright Premium Marine Polish isn't a wax, it's a sealer. It's safe for all fiberglass, paints, and polished metals. You won't believe how awesome Starbright Premium Marine Polish will make your car or truck look too. Wax is for surfboards, not boats. Protect your boat with Starbright Premium Marine Polish. Hey guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch a Memory Outdoors. Just doing a little Facebook scroll in here, and it looks like got quite a few people on the feed this morning. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. Kyle Weaver checking in from the frosty north. It must still be pretty cold up there. Kyle told me about it 2 weeks ago. Yeah, well, he's up in like Canada.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He told me, he says, I planted a garden for my wife and my daughter, and then it frosted on it the next day, and it wasn't supposed to get that cold.
Man, a lot of my plants died too.
It happens.
It's January.
So anyway, so Mike, are you on the water this morning?
I am not. I am taking the weekend off. I was supposed to be at 27 fathoms about right now, dropping down catching red snapper, but
we all know how that went.
Not happening.
Yeah, so I guess we might as well just start the talk because it's coming, and we might as well just roll with it.
Can't hold it back.
Can't hold it back. Mike, you had posted something yesterday or the day before. Here it is, Mike Mann.
Yeah.
A Southeastern Fisheries Association group sued to block the recreational red snapper season. And they were successful. They found a liberal judge, and I don't normally get into politics on this show because this is not a show about politics. But here we have a special interest group that found a very liberal judge appointed by Obama, the Obama administration, to a lifetime appointment. And now 4 states, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, can no longer are not able to have a red snapper season as scheduled, as planned on, as promised by the president, as promised by the FWC, in our case in the state of Florida, as you know, touted by our governor. A federal liberal judge has blocked every recreational angler in those 4 states from being able to go and catch red snapper. And so, like I said, I don't normally get into that whole thing, but why? Just why? Why would you do that to that many thousands, hundreds of thousands of anglers at the last possible second? Why would you do that?
Yeah, the timing was interesting.
Very, very interesting.
The timing was super suspect. You look at all the money lost. I know if it doesn't get, once it goes to the appellate court, if it doesn't get overturned, I know for a fact next week it's already costing me several $1,000s, which, I'm a small operation. I'm a charter boat captain, and when I lose several $1,000s in 1 week because of something like this, where I've already prepped and planned and got things set up, it's a huge blow to my family and I, and I'm not the only one. I mean, there are thousands of charter boat captains and head boats and bait shops who've stocked up so that they would have enough for this, and now they've got thousands of dollars of bait sitting there that they can't sell, and they've got to keep stored. And what I don't understand is, okay, if you're going to block that, then block commercial as well, because what's their reasoning is the numbers are too low. well, then they shouldn't be commercial fishing. And that's been the biggest problem, is they've shut down recreational, but they're not taking a hit to commercial guys because the commercial guys have lobbied together and they have lobbyists.
Yes.
And lobbying is just basically legalized bribery.
Basically, you're right. You're right. I mean, long story short, Eugene Raffield of Raffield Fisheries is the executive. He's part of the executive committee. The executive director is Bob Zales. President Mike Merrifield of Wild Ocean Market. So if you guys have been buying your seafood from Wild Ocean, I would say maybe don't do that anymore. Why? And
in this area, Whole Seafood.
Whole Seafood, Lombardi Seafood, Pelican Point Seafood, Abrams Seafood, Pat Barker Refrigerated Express, Karen Bell, AP Bell Fish Company, Jimmy Hull of Hull Seafood, like you just mentioned, and that's right there in Ponce Inlet, Peter Jarvis of Try Our Seafood, Tony Lombardi of Lombardi Seafood, Pat Lynch of Bionic Bait, Sherry McCoy, Cape Canaveral Shrimp Company. So if you buy anything from Cape Canaveral Shrimp Company right here in Cape Canaveral, I would say stop it. Chris Merrifield of Wild Oceans Market, which is the retail side of the Wild Oceans Seafood wholesale side. So I would say if you buy anything from Wild Oceans, stop doing it. Just boycott them altogether, because they just took and gave you an economic hit. Turn around and give them an economic hit by not patronizing these companies.
And one thing you got to realize is it's not just buying directly from them. When you go to a restaurant, if they're selling red snapper, don't get it.
Don't buy it. Exactly.
Because most of the restaurants up and down the coast in all these states, they're buying them from these people. When you go into any of the fish markets, they're usually getting them directly from these companies. So what they're trying to do is drive up the price of red snapper and keep it up high too. So that's what a lot of it is.
Well, here's an example of why that is, Mike. Because if you have thousands of anglers that can go out and catch their own red snapper, why would they then go to the restaurant or go to the seafood market and order red snapper or buy red snapper from them? So they're trying to isolate that income source and that on that particular commodity to themselves. Where if you can go forage for yourself and bring home and have a snapper dinner for yourself at home, you don't need to go buy it from the fish market. So you're exactly right. They're looking out for their best interest and their economic survival, but we as recreational anglers, or we as concerned citizens, whether you're a recreational angler or not, we can still not choose to participate in keeping those guys in that position. If they've got a bunch of red snapper sitting there that they can't sell, the price is going to have to come down. So if people stop ordering red snapper and stop buying red snapper from the restaurants and the fish markets, and that stock starts to sit there, they're going to have to start rethinking what it is that they're doing, because this is, to take an entire user group, the recreational fishermen, and exclude them from being able to harvest after there's been an exception made, the EFP, exempted fishing permit, made for 4 states worth of anglers.
Yeah.
That's just total greed on their part. And it's just
part of the problem though also is like the governmental entity governing this whole rodeo of craziness.
Oh, it is. That's a whole convoluted thing too.
I mean, you could say what you want about the commercial side and what their interests may or may not be, but like ultimately it comes down to NOAA making the decision and this going through them. It's like we have to have better, I feel like, government oversight, which is lacking a lot of times in these decisions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And mind you, I don't have a problem with the actual commercial fishermen.
They're obviously going to protect their own interests.
Clear.
Oh, I don't either.
Have a problem with because the commercial fishermen are not making the money. They are still getting paid the same price, whatever this group decides they will pay them for the fish. they're still getting that. And it's not like there's a ton of guys with unlimited permit or
there's not a lot of them.
And
and they're only allowed to keep like 75 pounds when it's open per trip or whatever until their quota is actually met, which is a lot less than the recreational side, allegedly, technically. So.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but you can't measure the recreational side really, so. But they were trying to do that, I feel like, with the, this year.
By declaring that you had to go.
Yeah.
You have to declare, I'm going to go red snapper fishing, and then a voluntary reporting system on the backside of that. I would say to anybody that, if we do get a season to open back up, anybody that goes red snapper fishing, you should report exactly what you caught. You don't have to tell them where you caught it. Just say, hey, yeah, we got 4, 5, 6 fish, averaging this size, blah, 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 whatever. You report the fish. That way, there's more data showing that there's enough fish out there to sustain a fishery.
Like this decision, though, might also discourage people from doing that at the same time. Because why would they trust the government now to actually report?
We don't have a season.
Yeah.
So what can it hurt?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
If you got a season.
Yeah, if you got a season and you say, hey, we went out and we caught these fish, and everybody goes and says, hey, we caught all these fish, then they'll know, hey, there is a sustainable fishery out there. Because
I feel like it's a double-edged sword, though, because in the past they've assumed also when you have a certain amount of fish that's been caught, 60% of these are dead discards. Now we're overfishing them.
Well, see,
so
that is allegedly. That's not fact. That's not. You and I went out fishing.
I know, but that's what they assume.
And you got a 12-pounder, and I got an 8-pounder. We came back, and we got 2 nice-sized red snapper. That isn't fact. Hey, we caught 2 fish. That is, hey, we went out and we weeded through 25 red snapper to catch a sea bass.
And they'll assume that a certain percent of those fish are dead discards. They just assume it.
And those 25,
based on
60% of them, 50, 60% of them. So you're looking at 15, 18 fish that we killed, quote-unquote, as dead discards, and they put that against the total allowable catch for the year.
I mean, they do get sharked a lot, so
they do.
But you know,
it's fact versus fiction. It's fact versus speculation.
But supposedly with the descending devices that we're all required to have now, it's eliminated a lot of the kill. So, I mean,
yes, from barotrauma.
For barotrauma, yeah.
It does from barotrauma. But as soon as you release the fish, the sharks eat them. So, I mean, there's that problem.
But, and that's where some math geek who doesn't fish came up with some quadratic formula.
Oh, yeah.
Of what actually happens down there. Some guy who's never been scuba diving. What I would like to see is put a diver down there, see what happens when you release them that way. When you drop them to the bottom, you pop them out. See what happens. Because, I mean, this is just, what's it been, 18 years since they originally stopped, went to this, and we had, an 8-10 year closure.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally over the last 10 years, they've been, sporadic, a day here, day there. Last year and the year before, the 3 days we had, we're in the middle of the dang spawn.
Yeah, which is dumb. Sense. That was the dumbest time in the world to open it up, because now the fish are all congregated. So people that are accustomed to culling to try to get that hero shot fish, to try and get that 18, 20, 25-pound red snapper, now they're going to cull through 15, and to your dead discard, point, Eric, they're going to cull through 15 fish to get that one that they feel is worthy of that hero shot. You only have
one day to post on video,
post their video or their picture on Facebook. Yeah. So
bad fisheries management.
Let's be honest, when you have a limit like this in a limited number of days, everybody goes for the largest fish they can. Except me, I don't like the 25-pounder.
I don't want one.
Give me a 15-pounder. That's great meat, and it's not. It's not the best eating fish we get out there. The problem is, though, they're so overabundant, they are wiping out because they are voracious feeders.
Yeah.
And they are eating a lot of the fry and the smaller fish that we would like to catch that I'd rather keep. I'd rather keep a lane snapper, a mangrove snapper. Look at how the mangrove snapper have depleted.
Well, how about this one, Mike? Would you rather eat a red snapper, or would you rather catch a 20-inch black sea bass?
Oh, black sea bass
all day.
Good luck finding a keeper black sea bass, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the red snapper been eating the baby sea bass.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of things eat them.
I've caught them and actually had them spit them up.
Yeah.
As we put them on the deck.
Yeah.
So I know they're eating them. It's not speculation. I have proof of that.
I catch small ones.
Hey, guys and gals, we got to take our next break. Mike, can you stick through this?
I can't. Yeah. I'm sitting in the truck.
Okay, we got to get this break out of the way. When we come back, we got a whole lot more discussion. We'd love to see what you guys think about it on Facebook. Obviously, post up your comments there, and we'll continue with this discussion when we come back. Grill's Seafood Deck and Tiki Bar is one of the Space Coast's most popular local hangouts. We love to kick back and relax at either of their waterfront locations with a cool tropical frozen drink and some of the freshest island-style seafood around. Grill's is known for its fantastic food quality, like their bacon-wrapped scallops, shrimp Cuban sandwich, or one-of-a-kind Bahamian fish chowder. The Tiki Deck features some of the area's best local bands throughout the week, plus Grill's has a fantastic breakfast menu, too. Chill out at Grill's original location in the Cove at Port Canaveral, right next to Sunrise Marina, or check out Grill's Riverside location on Highway US 1, just north of the Pineda Causeway. Go to www.grillsseafood.com for more information, and remember, it all happens at Grill's. Nobody likes to pay for insurance, but you have to have it. So do what I did. Go to Petrucci Insurance. They're your local independent insurance agent, and they're here to make sure you get the right policy to fit your insurance needs at the best price available. I gave Petrucci Insurance a call. They reviewed my current policy and saved me $700 on my home insurance alone. Plus, Petrucci found me better coverage than the policy I had with my other company that I'd been with for years. Don't waste money another day. Call Petrucci Insurance at 321-632-1200. That's 321-632-1200. And stop wasting money on your home, car, boat, and life insurance today. Trailer problems can be a real day breaker. When you need to go to the area's best trailer supply and repair shop, try Ferguson's. Family owned and operated since 1954 and located on Highway 192 in West Melbourne, Ferguson's has a huge supply of trailer tires, wheels, axles, lights, jacks, and other trailer parts in stock. If you're not a do-it-yourselfer, stop by and pick up the parts you need. If not, let their expert staff do the repairs for you. Ferguson's also installs electric brake controllers, trailer hitches, and goosenecks. They have a full line of automotive and marine interstate batteries, so if you need a trailer maintenance, repair part, or a new Continental boat trailer, go to the best trailer shop on the Space Coast, Ferguson's. Check them out at fergusonstrailersupply.com or call their shop at 321-723-5425. Guys and gals, how did Anheuser-Busch do it? How did they put water, barley malt, rice, hops, and yeast and create the best-selling, cleanest-tasting, low-calorie beer in America? With only 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, Ultra is the clear champion of beer for people on the go. Taste the American Revolution for yourself and give Mick Ultra a try. Superior is worth paying for, and Carroll Distributing, your local Ultra Superior light beer distributor, wants to remind you this weekend, enjoy life, have fun, and always drink your crisp-tasting Ultra responsibly. We thank those guys for being on this part of the show. And then, of course, this segment is brought to you by Direct Graphics, so make sure that you get out there, check out Direct Graphics. If you need anything for your business cards, boat wraps, any kind of promotional thing, they can help design it, print it. If you need it installed, like a wrap on your boat or your truck or something, they can install it. So check them out at Direct Graphics. You can give them a call. They're right there in Cocoa, but you can give them a call, 321-631-1001. Mike, we were talking about this whole red snapper thing in the previous segment, and Eric, my co-host, I'm Captain Jim Ross, for those of you that are just joining in. it's an interesting last minute twist to the plot against the recreational red snapper fishermen on the Atlantic coast. Is what I have to say about that. Mike, you had mentioned the economic loss just to yourself. If you're an offshore charter captain, I'm not an offshore charter captain anymore. I am a near coastal and I'm a flats guy. I still run out to the reef once in a while, catch a kingfish and a cobia here and there, do some catch and release snapper fishing as long as I'm not getting sharked. On those days when the bite gets tough, you can always kind of count on those fish being there. But I myself had set up 8 trips. So I'm looking at a $5,000 economic loss on those 8 trips. Because I set up half-day trips. It's like, okay, I had all these people lined up to do this, and now I had to send out an email saying, hey, gang, I'm sorry, but we can't do this now. Yep. And unfortunately, there are many of us, you, Eric, you, Mike, that there's a lot of people that this involved. And I just don't think that having that kind of an economic impact on an entire sector of the United States should be allowed by a handful of people that are concerned that they might not get their price per pound that they're looking for on the red.
Think about just like even all the regular recreational anglers that went out and spent tons of money, like thousands of dollars to prep for this or whatever, and then they get told no at the last minute. That's
so essentially to help say 150, 200 people with their economics, they're affecting the economics of several 100,000 people.
I would say probably pushing 1 million, Mike. Probably,
and then all those businesses also that they support.
Those 3 states, bait shops, fishing guides, outfitters, recreational anglers, tackle shops. I mean,
throw this in
even the gas stations.
Gas stations, for diesel and for boat fuel and for truck fuel. People that were making a 3-day weekend out of this to go fish all 3 days.
Hotels and Airbnbs.
Restaurants, eateries, all of these things. I mean, even from the Dunkin' Donut at 5 o'clock in the morning to the bar at 10 o'clock at night. Publix. Everybody that could potentially be involved in this was affected by it.
Yeah.
And they notify us 4 hours before the opening.
Yeah.
Less than that.
Yeah.
4 hours before the opening. And so, I mean, it's just, I think I should send this out. I think I should send that group my new truck payment bill.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people on social media have a misconception of what happened. This suit was filed. CCA in the state of Florida, CCA and the FWCC, Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission, both filed a countersuit or an injunction or something against this lawsuit.
Oh, did they?
They both filed to try to say, hey, recreational anglers need this, and you can't shut this down. And the judge shut it down anyway. But there's a lot of people out there going, this is CCA's fault. This is FWC's fault. It's not. They both filed. I mean, what stronger measures can you say that you're going to do to try to keep something in place than to file a counter lawsuit against it?
Yeah. And I don't care for NOAA. I don't personally care for NOAA a whole lot. It's not NOAA's fault. It's not FWC. It's not CCA. It is the Southeastern Commercial Fisheries group.
Southeastern Fisheries Management Association.
Yeah.
Management. It is solely on their shoulders. And the only way we can fight it right now, other than in the appellate court, but as anglers, boycotting. I hope nobody buys any red snapper at the market for the next 3 months. I hope they can't give it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, now I've got to readjust everything too. And I'm not the only one. Now I got to try and see if I can get charters booked for next week that are, guys want to go tarpon fishing, or try and say, hey, look, let's go out there and try and catch some lane snapper or mangrove snapper or cobia, which is fine. But when people, there's also a premium charge for red snapper charters too.
Yes.
The the Gulf Coast, those guys are great with it. I mean, maybe I should just take and go rent a place over there and run their season.
Well, and they're allowed 2 per person instead of 1 per person.
Yeah. And it's, I mean,
from Key West.
Basically, those people,
think about this, Mike.
Judge shopped is what's that?
From Key West all the way around to Brownsville, Texas. The entire Gulf Coast gets a 2 fish per person limit.
Yeah.
We only had a 1 fish per person limit from North Carolina to Key West on the Atlantic side.
Those are closed access permits though over there for charters. I mean, you can't just go get a red snapper permit. You have to buy one for $35,000.
No, I'm talking about recreational.
Oh, recreational. Yeah. I thought you were talking as a charter captain.
Yeah. No, for recreational anglers.
No, recreational.
I mean, when you look at so overall, when you look at we're fussing about it because we're charter captains, right? So we're going to fuss. That's what we do. We like to fuss. So we're going to fuss about it, okay? There's a legitimate gripe here. There really is. But for the average recreational angler who isn't going to take a charter, who is out there in his personal boat, look at the reduction in access that just happened for those guys for the entire southeast coast of the United States.
From North Carolina all the way down to Key West?
All the way. Yeah. I mean, that's millions of anglers. That's hundreds of thousands of boaters.
Here's another option. All right, here's another option. State waters on the Gulf go out to 9 miles. State waters should go out to 9 miles on the Atlantic side as well.
If they did, it would give us a lot more options to be able to catch red snapper.
It would give us options because I can make it happen in 9 miles.
Yeah.
3 miles, it can be done.
Under very limited circumstances.
Consistent. Yeah, it can't be done consistently.
Right.
And I don't want 2 fish per person. Personally, I'm happy with 1 per person.
Yeah.
I don't
take a lot.
I'm in the point of my career where, Jimmy, you and I, we all in the beginning, you wanted to load up your bag with as many fish. You wanted to be there at the cleaning table for an hour and a half. You didn't want to be there, but you wanted to show off because it was good for business.
Yes.
Now we're conservationists where I don't want to keep fish unless it's a sustainable population.
Right.
And I still don't even want a limit on stuff. Black drum 4 fish per person limit, that will never happen on my boat. We may catch the limit. We will never, ever keep the limit.
Right.
So I am completely, I think if they can push it where, I don't understand why the Gulf gets 9 miles and we get 3 miles.
I'm not exactly sure why that is. That's somebody with a higher, pay grade than myself on that one.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, we got our next break, but we appreciate this morning. How does somebody get a hold of Captain Mike, man? Get a tarpon charter, get a lagoon charter, get out there and catch a whole bunch of other fish other than red snapper. How do they go do that?
Yeah, I've got tarpon trips available. I got everything going on. You can give me a call at area code 386-295-5991. You can go right to my website, Fat Fish Guide, and book me directly through there. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, CAPT, Mike Man with 2 N's. Hey, guys, red snapper sucks. Don't go buy any.
Have a good one, Mike. We appreciate it.
Good.
All righty. Hey, gang, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more from Catch a Memory right here with myself, Jim Ross, and Captain Eric Meyer. So don't go away. We're going to be right back. Who's got the best selection of rods and reels from Penn, Daiwa, and Shimano? Lures from No Live Bait Needed, Rapala, Mirror Lure, and Saltwater Assassin, and one of the largest selections of coolers and boating supplies in the entire state. Well, Ace Hardware in Titusville, that's who. Ace in Titusville is your one-stop shop for all of the fishing and boating supplies you'll need. Ace is just minutes away from the Titusville boat ramps, and their parking lot allows you to get in and out even when you're trailering your boat. Check out the largest selection of fishing and boating gear in the northern Space Coast area at Ace Hardware in Titusville on US 1.
Every week on this show, you hear light tackle fishing expert Captain Jim Ross teach you the latest tips and tricks to help y'all catch more fish. Now it's your chance to get that one-on-one attention to seriously improve your fishing skills. Call Captain Jim for an instructional fishing charter. Jim will help you become that angler you've always wanted to be. Learn how to read the water, spot cruising fish, tie knots, and cast like a pro. Give him a call at 321-636-3728 or check out his website, finelinefishingcharters.com, to book your instructional fishing trip with Captain Jim Ross today.
Hey, gang. We want to let you know this segment of the show is brought to you by Strike Zone in Melbourne. Stop in to get all the cool stuff you need from Strike Zone whenever you guys and gals get a chance, and just before you get out there on your next trip. Freshwater, saltwater, doesn't matter. They've got it all, so stop in at Strike Zone and tell them you heard about it right here on Catch a Memory Outdoors. Also, Ace Hardware in Titusville has a huge selection of rods and reels as well. So if you're up in the north part of our listening area, you can get out there and get your pin reels, your Daiwa reels, your Shimano's, all of the cool lures that we like to throw, the Rapalas, the Gulps, the no live bait needed, mirror lures, and saltwater assassins. They're your one-stop tackle shop on Highway US 1 in Titusville. Ace also has a bunch of Yeti coolers and accessories and all sorts of boating supplies like Starbright products. And they've got an entire wall of sunglasses up there for you to choose from. Ace Hardware in Titusville is the place where you'll find all the best fishing apparel brands as well. So stop in there. They're just minutes from all three of the boat ramps in Titusville. Plus, Ace has a drive-through ice vending machine in their parking lot, so you can get in and out while trailering your boat. Check out one of the largest selections of fishing and boating gear in the northern Space Coast area at Ace Hardware Store on US 1 in Titusville. Do you have a caller on the line? Okay, we do not. Well, you know what, Eric? We don't have a caller on the line, so you were going to talk about...
Oh, the post that FWC made.
Okay.
Here, let me show it to you.
Let's see. Come and take it?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
That's interesting.
I know a lot of people that still went yesterday anyway, but...
that is a weird post.
I know, right?
That's
kind of like a read between the lines post, maybe?
Well,
what is that?
here's what happened yesterday, okay? Here's real world. Here's what happened yesterday. People that went out and didn't realize that at 8 o'clock at night on Friday.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I'm sure, had gone to bed.
Yeah,
because they're waking up at midnight.
At 3 a.m. or 2
a.m.
to get up and go, so that you don't have to sit there at 5 a.m. in the boat line trying to launch. You want to get there at 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, to you get a spot.
You get a spot, exactly. So everybody that got up early went out, caught their red snapper, and came back in. There were FWC officers, especially at Canaveral, and then, of course, at Sebastian, at Christensen's Landing, Front Street, the Sebastian Inlet Park itself, and also at the Sebastian Yacht Club ramp. All of those ramps had FWC officers sitting at them, okay? What the FWC officers, in my understanding in talking with people that got their red snapper confiscated, as long as you declared that you were going to go beforehand, that's all you needed to do. You didn't have to report.
Did you hear of people getting their red snapper confiscated yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Especially Christensen's Landing. There were people that came back to the dock. FWC didn't write any tickets, to my knowledge.
They just confiscated them?
They just confiscated the red snapper because you weren't allowed to keep them. So that's not FWC being jerks. That's FWC saying, hey, you know what? We just got screwed as hard as you guys did on this because we fought for this.
Yeah.
Our organization fought for this. We filed a countersuit against this to try to keep this from happening. But unfortunately, red snapper is still closed. And so if you caught them outside of state waters, then we're going to have to confiscate them from you. Now, I know a lot of people said, we caught them in state waters. Caught them in state waters.
Sure
it's a gray area. I don't know of a whole lot of places in state
so
waters.
Many spots inside state waters.
Especially this time of the year. Later in the summer, yes.
Yeah.
This time of the year,
yeah. There's a handful.
Yeah. So notwithstanding, FWC did not write tickets to my knowledge. They simply pulled those fish aside, said, thank you for those. You keep the rest of your fish, but you can't keep the red snappers. Now, here's what the feds did, okay? Here's what U.S. Wildlife did, because there's an office at Sebastian.
I never even see them, though.
They were in their boat.
I'm sure they were out there, but they probably only have like one or two boats, maybe.
Well, they've only got a couple.
Yeah.
So if everybody bum rushed the inlet at the same time, they can only stop so many boats, right? But how do you coordinate that with all of the other recreational anglers out there? So here's what happened on the Fed side. The feds were writing tickets, and it's not just a ticket to pay a fine.
Court date?
It's a court date
of course.
at federal court. Guess where federal court is? Middle of Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
For our region. So if you got
could be worse. Could be Tallahassee, I guess.
Well, if you got written a ticket from U.S. Fish and Wildlife because they stopped you, you now have a court date in Orlando. Yeah.
I feel like that'd be an easy court thing to win, though, since they did it so late.
I don't know.
I mean, still.
Judge, here's the whole defense for
I guess
yourself.
it depends what side the judge is on.
Right. Right. Is he lenient or not?
Yeah.
Lenient? So it's
Who's
so
paying
messed
him?
up. It's
Who's
so
paying that
messed up.
judge?
Well, you know what? We might have an answer, at least a temporary answer to this problem. We have got Sebastian from Brevard County DEP, and Sebastian, or as Beb as we call him, has we set this up a couple of weeks ago, but it's kind of timely. He's called in to let us know about what's going on with the Brevard County area artificial reef system. Because like Volusia County, dude, they're wide open putting product out on the bottom out there, creating new habitat. Brevard County,
I heard that they were going to, but I haven't seen any.
Brevard County has been trying for years to get an inshore reef. And now, well, let's talk to Beb. Good morning and welcome to the show, Beb.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're unhappy as we can be this morning with this red snapper closure, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I hear you.
We're not the only ones, but you know what? You may have a solution for this because you are trying to help get an inshore reef established for recreational anglers that may or may not potentially hold red snappers at certain parts of the year in state waters where we're not dictated by federal rule.
That is correct. Yeah, right now I'm working on trying to get an area permitted, within within state waters and 2.2 miles off of Cocoa Beach. So right now it's in a permitting stage. We submitted an application to DEP, and they have FWC review it. So we're just addressing certain questions they have that we need to get completed to get this permitted.
What does the permitting process look like as far as timeline goes?
As far as timeline, it's moving along right now. I need to do a benthic resource survey. So I've been working with some of the local fishermen, and we're going to go out there and do some drop cameras to just confirm that there is no live bottom or grass or reefs out there. So they want sand bottom. So
yeah,
right.
Once we
there's a lot of
that. Go ahead.
So I was saying there's
plenty of
that.
sand, plenty of sand out there.
Oh yeah, but they need confirmation.
It's weird. They don't need confirmation for red snapper stuff though, so they just make they just make it up as they go. Seems like.
So Beb,
the area we're looking at.
Here's the thing that is kind of a problem for me. Once again, we had an area permitted until the very last second.
Oh, really?
There was a current box in place. We had jumped through.
Yeah,
we had jumped through all the hoops.
What happened?
State hoops, federal hoops. At the last minute, the commercial shrimping industry says, "Oh no, you can't put it there because we drag through there, and it's going to interfere with our economic income."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I missed the part where they own the bottom of the ocean.
I don't know where they own the bottom of the ocean, but apparently they do off of Cocoa Beach.
They didn't really say we can't put it out there, but they just say, hey, they just brought it to our attention that they do trawl through there.
Yeah, only certain times of the year.
Well, and here's
but that's it's still a big area, bro. Like,
so here's the thing, okay? If you look at their spaghetti, so your track lines. Okay, your spaghetti models where the boat has gone.
Yeah.
It's leaving a track.
Yep.
If you look at the track lines prior to the application and the approval of the application for the spot off of Cocoa Beach, there's a few trawler lines through there. If you look at as the permitting process was going on and then was completed so that we could actually put product there, because it was completed, wasn't it, Beb, for the original spot?
The permitting was not completed.
Was not quite completed. Okay.
No, it was kind of completed. Yeah, that's when they came back with the
So you're
question.
talking about something that...
So it was almost completed, but if you look at the spaghetti models of where they trawl after they found out about
they went
recreational
there.
anglers trying to put
They went
product
there.
Oh my goodness, dude! It looks like Interstate 4. They're coming back and forth.
You're
through
talking
there. It
about
looks like Interstate 4.
Something that literally helps the bottom versus something that literally destroys the bottom.
Right.
And the destroying is getting priority.
The destroying of the bottom gets priority.
That's insane.
Yeah. Hey, Beb, can you hold through this break for us?
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to take our top of the hour break, and then we're going to come back and talk about this a little bit more so you guys and gals can have more things to hear about. We're going to be right back with Beb, Eric Myers, and myself, Jim Ross, after these messages.
You're listening to WWBC, Cocoa, Melbourne, Titusville, 1510 AM, as well as W234BI, Cocoa, Rockledge, and W264AS, Rockledge, Melbourne, Palm Bay, and 100.7 FM.
If you're a shooting enthusiast like I am, you have to check out the incredible lineup from Kel-Tec. Developed and made right here in Central Florida, Kel-Tec is a leading industry manufacturer of shotguns, rifles, pistols, and guess what? They're all chambered in common calibers that we all love to shoot. Whether you're a weekend plinker or you want some advanced personal carry or home protection options, Kel-Tec makes exactly what you need. Find a dealer near you or check out the entire line of Kel-Tec weapons, accessories, and apparel by going to keltecweapons.com. Your boat's upholstery looked great when it was new, but over time it gets dingy and stained. Starbright has the perfect combination for your problem. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner and Ultimate Vinyl Guard. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner won't dry or fade your vinyl. It has powerful cleaning agents that blast away fish blood, grease, road grime, and more without harmful chemicals that ruin your boat's vinyl. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Guard is like a sunblock for your boat's vinyl cushions. It restores moisture and shine to sun-bleached vinyl without being slippery. Plus, it blocks harmful UV rays and helps keep your vinyl cleaner longer. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard is great for plastic, rubber, and leather, too. It's ideal protectant for trucks and cars as well. Use Ultimate Vinyl Guard on your car or truck dashboard, seats, and door panels. Heck, you can even use it on the sidewalls of your truck or trailer tires. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard makes all your stuff look great.
Batten down the hatches. We've got another great hour with Captain Jim Ross and this week's special guest starting right now.
Hey guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch Your Memory Outdoors. This is the second hour of the show. I can't believe the first hour is already gone this fast.
Flew by.
Captain Eric Myers and myself, Jim Ross, in the studio with you this morning. Want to let you know this segment of the show is brought to you by Engel Coolers. If you haven't been to EngelCoolers.com, check out all the cool stuff they have, or your local Engel retailer. You owe it to yourself because they make one of the best commercially graded coolers on the market. Plus, they've got a whole bunch of other things. As you know, tumblers and dried boxes and soft-sided boxes or soft-sided backpack coolers. They've got, you name it, they make it. Check them out at EngelCoolers.com. Also, for 40 years, Bud Light has been enjoyed by backyard barbecues, pool parties, and sunny days at the beach, and, of course, celebrating your best personal catch with friends because there aren't any artificial flavors or preservatives. The clean, crisp taste of a cold Bud Light shines through and goes with just about everything you do. Enjoy one of America's greatest tasting beers on your next adventure and grab yourself some Bud Light. Hey, guys and gals, we're going to be back on the phone lines with Beb from Brevard County DEP, Department of Natural Resources, and we're talking about permitting. And so we had a almost completed permitted process for a 2.5-mile reef directly off Cocoa Beach that would significantly enhance that bottom structure there and bring more species inshore and give them a home and a place to live, and also in the process give us a place to fish. Beb, obviously that's been kind of thrown to the weeds because of the commercial fishing industry once again. Can you tell us what's happening now that we have to start the process completely over again for a new area?
We're not really starting the process over. I mean, the application is still valid. I just need to provide, like a revised, information. Like, we're going to keep the application open, but I just, we need to give them the new box, the new location, which is going to, it's not far. If you look at those tracks, I'm not sure if you have it with you, if you said you got it from Terry Wynn, just a little bit to the northeast, there's an area that they're already avoiding. I know, like, back in the day, there was a small area that was permitted.
Yes.
So back in the day, GPS wasn't as accurate. It was all Loran coordinates, which had some variance. So they are avoiding structures out there already. And I went out there with some guys from CCA, and we confirmed that some of it is like this flat concrete material. I'm not sure who deployed those out there. So there are, like, some patch reefs out there. We just need to confirm that they are artificial reefs and not like natural bottom. So we're going to have to shift it a little bit, which, of course, will require a new bathymetric survey, which FWC said they might be able to help. They have the equipment to do a new survey, so it wouldn't really cost.
That would be awesome. Instead of having to pay $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000 for a new bathymetric survey.
Exactly. Yeah. And then benthic resource survey, that wasn't initially done with the initial application, so that needs to be done as well.
Okay.
There's not anybody that's already done like high like res sonar surveys in those areas, like.
Apparently not.
Yeah, because I see like Seymour out there all the time, and all those people out there all the time doing surveys, but they get paid to do them in certain areas.
I look for some existing.
But nothing.
Yeah,
I would say Seymour Mapping is probably the leader on that right now.
But they get paid to do certain areas and contracted for certain areas. So.
Yeah. So we've got to go back through the permitting process, but we've got. So what does that entail?
Just providing the new coordinates for the new location. Just doing that bathymetric survey and doing that benthic resource survey.
How large is the area required?
And once they have that, they'll DEP. I'm with Brevard County Natural Resources. You kept mentioning DEP. That's another agency.
Oh,
but
sorry.
The DEP, no worries. DEP said once we get that information, which we hope to get it done this summer, they'll come out and do a site visit, and that will hopefully complete the permitting process.
So potentially, we can see an area inshore that has the ability to have product put down. Because there's tons of product. From what I understand, product is not the issue. There's culvert pipes, there's old bridge pilings, there's all kinds of stuff that can be put down.
I've seen the little triangle things, too, that they make up or whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, the bridge pilings and the concrete culverts actually tend to make better structure than the pyramids do.
What were they planning on putting down there, and how large is the area they plan to utilize?
Our area, it's going to be 322 acres, so it's about half a square mile.
Oh, okay. It's good size.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Is that bigger than the Brevard Reef?
No, Brevard Reef's much bigger.
Smaller.
Yeah.
A lot smaller.
That Brevard one is like 3,000 acres. It's like 1 by 4 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, once those things are done, and do you have a timeline for those things being completed yet?
I don't have anything scheduled yet. I've been in communication with the guy who has a underwater camera. We're hoping to get that done this summer. And then I just need FWC, the artificial reef biologists are located in Tallahassee. I just need to coordinate a time with them. They could head over here and help out with that, the bathymetric survey.
Gotcha.
So hopefully this summer, if weather permitting, hopefully this summer.
Yeah, because June is typically the best month to get out. It's the flattest month of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, none of the guys that are constantly, because there are guys constantly mapping the Port Canaveral shipping channel. None of those guys are available to do it because they're already in the water every day.
Yeah, I haven't really talked to any of those guys. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean they're literally out there every day mapping the shipping channel.
For the dredge company.
Yeah, for the dredge company. Every day they're out there.
I mean, this is 5 miles south of the port, 5.5 miles, if they're willing to go down and do a quick scan.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, the last survey was like, what did the cost on the last survey? What was that cost? It was like 12,000 or something?
Something like, I don't have that number with me right now.
Yeah. It was $10,000 to $12,000 if I remember correctly. So trying to eliminate that expenditure by going through FWC would be a helpful thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're just waiting.
Yeah.
Now we have to try and coordinate it. So
yeah, because the county's budget is very limited. We can only do, we have funding for construction of the reef, but not, any preliminary stuff.
No, well, that's what the Florida Sport Fishing Association and the Central Florida Sport Fishing Association and CCA and FWC have been all pitching in together to create the funds to pay for those other things to get them done.
How do they get it done up north of us
those
so
three fishing
easy?
organizations have been donating, funds, and we've been applying every year for that FWC grant.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't you say they got it up in Volusia?
Yeah, Eric was just asking, how come Volusia County has been so successful with all of their reef deployments, and we keep seeming to struggle with it down here in our county?
We've been doing well with the offshore reef. I mean, we've been doing almost one a year since 2015, since, Boarding and Waterways of Brevard County took over. But, we had a vendor, contractor initially, but, they went out of business. And once they went out of business, it was just tough to find another contractor that could do it for the, the price went up. So,
yeah, like everything else.
But now we've been working with Bile Brothers, and, that's a very, that's a great location because they have a marine yard right there.
Oh, yeah, they got it all there.
Across the port.
Yeah.
So they did our deployment back in November, that 800-ton CCA green reef.
Gotcha.
And
gotcha.
that really well. And have another one set for this summer, 440 tons of concrete poles donated by Orlando Utilities.
Yeah,
is that in the same area all the other ones are at?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same area.
The 15-mile
With the reef balls and stuff.
So, Beb, real quick, before we let you go, because we're coming up on our next break, how does somebody find out the current reef locations that Brevard County Department of Natural Resources has put out there over the past 10 or 15 years? And, is there anything that our listeners can do to help expedite the process of getting the inshore reef up and going?
So you can see all the past reefs. If you do a search for MyFWC, artificial reefs, it'll take you to a page where you click on a link and you can see all the reef locations, and it's up to date because they have that most recent one that I did in November.
Uh-huh.
So they have the whole list of reefs from way back.
Okay.
And as far as what people can do, just keep, it helps to, I used to receive emails, what people support, we support Brevard County's natural resources artificial reef program, and how important it is for, the habitat and, also for boosting local economy.
Right, right. So what is that website that they can go to check and send an email to? Or an email address to send it to?
Oh, it's my email address. It's augustin.sebastian@brevardfl.gov. So it's AGUSTIN.SEBASTIAN@brevardfl.gov.
At brevardfl.gov. I'm writing that down. So yeah. I've got AUGSTIN.
It's AG, no U after the A.
Oh.
So AGU, yeah.
AGUSTIN.
Just get him to text it to you.
.SEBASTIN. Right?
Yep, that's it.
At brevardflorida.gov. Well, I just want to get it out there over the radio so that the listeners out there can do it. And what I'll do is I'll also post it on our Facebook feed so that anybody that's in favor of having an inshore reef can send you an email saying, hey, I support the Brevard County Department of Natural Resources attempts to try and put an inshore reef to help improve the overall structure and fish holding habitat in Brevard County.
Exactly, yeah, because when I submit these applications, I incorporate all the petitions, in support of, this program and whatnot. And it really helps with the, increases our chances of, getting awarded these grants.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate you calling us in this morning and giving us an update on what's going on with that particular inshore reef, and that the offshore reef is still putting product out there so that guys and gals can get out there and fish them as well. Thank you so much for the call this morning.
All right, thanks for having me.
All righty, bye-bye now. Guys and gals, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more Catch a Memory, so don't go away. We're going to be back after these messages. Greasy smears, fish blood, dirty footprints, and spilled food all create a mess on your boat's deck. Here's a fast and easy solution to clean them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean. Just spray it on the spot, hit it with a deck brush, and rinse it off. Dirty vinyl cushions, greasy drips around your outboard, even those suspicious stains your fishing buddy always seems to leave behind, don't stand a chance when you squirt a little Ultimate Extreme Clean on them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean works great to clean your grill and around the house. You can use it on your truck or lawnmower. It gets greasy stains out of clothing too. Just spray it on any greasy spot, give it a light rub, and they'll look like new again. Make sure you pick up some Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean and lose those greasy stains today.
If you listen to this show, you know Captain Jim Ross is one of the top light tackle charter fishing captains here in Florida. Jim's been fishing these waters on the Space Coast his whole life and has been a full-time captain for almost 30 years. In that time, Jim's clients have landed thousands of personal best catches, including giant tarpon, redfish, and snook, plus a few massive black drum. So if you're looking for an incredible adventure, book your next charter excursion with Captain Jim Ross. It's simple. Go to finelinefishingcharters.com, click the reservations tab to see Jim's available dates, book the type of trip you want, and get ready to go catch your next memory.
The most trusted name in bass fishing is also the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater species. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook can't resist a saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. Its amazing swimming action sets the bar for swim bait designs. Others continue to try, but no one has been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. The native shiner-colored 5-inch shad Assassin is my go-to lure when I'm targeting big trout. Redfish love the drunk monkey or the mudbug-colored 4-inch Assassin shrimp. And snook and tarpon love their new little P&V dart bait in watermelon red flake or Houdini colors. You can rig these lures on a weedless worm hook or on the amazing Assassin spring lock jig head. So these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures that help me and my customers stay happy. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish. Stop in your local tackle store or go to bassassassin.com to check out this incredible lure for yourself. Hey, everybody, this segment of the show is brought to you by Petrucci Insurance. If you're tired of paying too much for your insurance, call Petrucci Insurance Agency and let them shop around for you. Make sure that you're getting the best deal for your money because nobody likes to pay for insurance. I know I don't. I know you don't. So stop paying too much. Call Petrucci Insurance Agency and let them find you a bigger, better deal, a BBD. So give them a call, 321-632-1200. That's 632-1200. Also, it's grilling season, and your Ace Hardware store in Titusville has an incredible selection of outdoor grills, smokers, and accessories to choose from. Titusville carries RecTech, Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, and a whole lot more. Plus, like I said, they have a huge selection of accessories guaranteed to ensure that you are the neighborhood's backyard grilling pro. Hey, what could be better on a weekend afternoon than cooking some hot dogs or burgers like I'm going to do today?
Sounds good.
Heck yeah. Or pulling some mouth-watering chicken, brisket, or ribs off of your new smoker. And guess what? If you buy from Ace, they do what nobody else does. They assemble and deliver your grill or smoker for free. So swing in there this morning while you're listening to the radio show, driving around, swing through Ace in Titusville, pick one up and have it delivered this afternoon, and you can be seasoning that thing and cooking on it by tonight. Nobody else does that except Ace in Titusville. They got 2 locations, the original location on US 1, and then, of course, the new one on Garden Street that's about a quarter mile east of I-95. So check them out, and delivered and assembled for free. You got to like that. Hey, we're going to the phone lines. We've got Lisa Fitzgerald calling in from CCA. Good morning, Lisa.
Well, good morning, Jim. How are you?
Oh, we are busy this morning with all of this red
much to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm very certain of that. What a debacle. It is a shame that an organization can put such a monkey wrench into what should have been a great opportunity for recreational anglers.
It really is. And, I saw on social media here the last couple of days, a lot of people are like, oh, this is CCA's fault. This is FWC's fault. Nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, that is just straight up 100% lies that people are spreading out there. Unknowledgeable people are spreading lies.
That's misinformation, exactly. Right.
Because CCA and FWC filed a countersuit against this suit to try to keep it from going through.
Yeah, I think all people saw
That's
is
correct.
that they
We,
filed a suit.
ASA, American Sport Fishing Association, and CCA, along with other organizations, have rallied together to counteract the lawsuit that the Commercial Fishermen's Organization has put to stop these EFPs from happening. And it is really a shame that people do not read clearly the proper information that's put out there. We intervene to keep this, opportunity for recreational anglers to get out there today and start fishing for red snapper. It's a shame. If there is any time that you have ever thought about supporting CCA, ASA, this is the time to do it. We need your help as, members, because the fight, you forget, we take the fight to them every single time.
Yep.
Whether you know about it or not, we're there. The issue with, the licenses, we were on that with FWC trying to change that. We're trying to stop this organization. Unfortunately, the judge was just not clear on what really the whole purpose behind this season was. The Atlantic fishery for red snapper is healthy, and this is what we want to prove by this season, is to be able to show the correct information and the correct numbers.
Yes.
Well, didn't FWC already pretty much prove that, or are they in the process of proving that? And isn't their data like part of the reason
there was already proof on it? However, this season would have even given more proof. What the whole issue behind this was, if you don't have a season, you have nothing but bycatch. So instead of being recreational anglers keeping what is a legal red snapper, it's a bycatch now. It's something that's left, whether they can use the proper descending devices and release it properly is a question. So,
well, they're still gonna say a percentage of that as dead discard. So why not let people catch it? And then it's probably not even going to.
That's right.
Is it even going to affect?
Behind this.
Is it even going to affect, the numbers? So
the way I look at it,
with that logic,
a dead discard, which is what's happening now, versus a fish
that's kept,
a fish sucking some ice.
Yeah. What's the difference?
If they're both
die, happening either way,
right?
A happy angler.
If you're both going to die, then why not let the angler keep it anyway?
There's a lot of research
great logic
that proves that. Yep. But the research proves that we have a healthy fishery on the Atlantic side.
Absolutely.
And so why not why not allow our recreational anglers, not just our commercial fishermen, to benefit from that? So that is the reason that we have, stepped in and putting our money where our mouth is to fight to keep this season. And I think you're going to see that there'll be a reversal there. But right now, unfortunately, anglers are not supposed to go out there and catch and keep red snapper.
What would be the earliest that you think you would see a reversal on this?
I am always I'm befuddled, if that is a word.
Yeah, I think so.
This even happened. So quite frankly, I couldn't tell you. This all happened so quickly. A reversal could be extremely quick as well, but it could also drag out. So I think that we all have to just, buckle up, Buttercup, because you got a lot of stuff coming up.
I feel like, knowing the government, I would expect it to drag out.
Well, and like you say, Lisa, these things aren't inexpensive to do. These lawsuits are not inexpensive, and so unfortunately, it takes I feel like it's such a waste of potentially a better use of this money, but unfortunately, it costs money. And so now, like you said, now is a better time than any for people to get involved with CCA, simply because they can help support a cause that's going to, in the end game, help them bring more fish home and open up a fishery that's been closed for all the wrong reasons.
Bingo. But again, I'm also going to say, please don't forget that we not only have the advocacy side of what we do, but we also have the betterment of our marine fisheries and the habitat restoration work, the clams that we're putting into the IRL, the oysters, the redfish releases, the youth scholarships, $1.1 million in college scholarships. There is so much that our organization does that a $40 membership by an individual is insane. If you're a recreational fisherman and you're not a member of our organization, do you know what I say? Shame on you.
Yeah, you really should rethink. And like I said, the misinformation that's going on social media that this is somehow CCA's fault that the red snapper closure is in place. I don't even know how you can come up with that conclusion if you have more than 2 brain cells. It just shocked me.
Well, I honestly think that the way that the lawsuit that we were intervening with was presented caused the misinformation, because we were not intervening in the actual season. We were intervening in the close of that season, the lawsuit that was filed by the Commercial Fishing Association. We were intervening in that lawsuit. We were saying, no way, no, this isn't going to happen.
Right.
We're going to fight you on this.
Yes.
So, please understand the misinformation is just, not reading the entire, the entire message that was provided there. We were intervening in the closure, not intervening to close.
On behalf of all recreational Atlantic snapper fishermen.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa, we've only got 2 minutes left, but we got this. This is the weekend. This is the big weekend. Yes. Star starts today, and lots of spots starts today.
Yes, and I'm so excited. Youth anglers can go out there and catch any species, any size of a saltwater fish, take a photo with their 2026 identifier, which they can pick up at Strike Zone, at West Marine, at Academy Sports and Outdoors, and they have a shot at winning $100,000 in college scholarships. Or how about this? Teen anglers in the Teen Challenge can win a brand new Carolina Skiff E16 JVX with a 75 horsepower Yamaha Minn Kota trolling motor on the bow and a power pole shallow water anchor on the transom, or a custom Ginu LT25 with a Yamaha. So there are so many cool ways to win. The most fish with the TH Marine Most Fish division wins a brand new native watercraft propel kayak. I mean, so many ways to win, so many great things, and in lots of spots. How many of you caught a redfish with more than 2 spots?
Oh, yeah.
I've already got guys entering fish with more than 2 spots. It's a weekly winner of a $150 West Marine gift card, and then at the end of the competition, there will be 6 places paid out with a brand new SUP custom skiff. Again, Yamaha's right there putting a motor on it, and so is Minn Kota putting a trolling motor on the bow and PowerPole putting a micro on it. So there's so many ways to win. Just go to iAngler Tournament to see the CCA Florida Star competition or the Lots of Spots division.
That's incredible. Lisa, thank you so much for all you do and for all that CCA is doing for recreational anglers across this great state. Hopefully everybody out there will get the message and want to become a member of CCA and start this weekend if they haven't started already.
Yes, it's easy to be a member. You can go joincca.org. Joincca.org to become a member.
Awesome. Hey, sounds like you're on the water. Hopefully you're catching some fish today. You enjoy this weekend and be safe out there, okay?
Thank you so much. Tarpon spotting. So have a great day.
All righty. Well, good luck. Hopefully that Silver King comes into your spread for you and you get a nice cast at it.
I'm looking forward to it. You guys have a great morning.
Take care. Hey, gang, Captain Eric Myers and myself are going to take our next break here on Catch a Memory Outdoors, but we're going to be right back. We got a whole lot more coming at you, so don't go away.
Hey guys, Captain Blair Wiggins here. I'm sure you're aware of the ongoing projects out there that are aimed at restoring seagrass and water quality in the Indian River Lagoon system. Well, here's one that I'm proud to have played a role in getting started, the Indian River Lagoon Clam Restoration Project. I collaborated with Whitney Labs, CCA, the FWC, and many other partners to implement this clam restoration project right here on Florida's East Coast. I would love for every one of you to get involved with this program. Your $20 donation will put 200 clams back into our lagoons. As they grow, these 200 clams will filter over 1 million gallons of lagoon water per year, greatly impacting the health of our local waters. Your contributions are tax deductible, so please help our lagoon by donating $20, $50, $100 or more to this cause. You can make your donation online at IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. Again, that's IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. And on behalf of myself and our waters in the lagoon, we thank you.
Sunrise Marina Bait and Tackle Shop. They've been serving Brevard County anglers for over 25 years. Sunrise has all of the gear that you hardcore anglers need for a productive day on the water, and they've got frozen baits like ballyhoo, sardines, squid, and more. Plus, Sunrise Marina has a great selection of live baits, shrimp, pinfish, croakers, mud minnows, fiddler crabs, and a whole lot more. So if you're looking for tackle, rods and reels, boating accessories, fresh-made sandwiches, or your favorite beverages, Sunrise Marina has got everything for you, and you can ice it all down with some bagged or bulk ice at their convenient, trailer boat-friendly drive-thru. Sunrise Marina also stocks some really cool nautical gifts, as well as the performance clothing and casual clothing that anglers like you and me like to wear. Make sure you stop by Sunrise Marina before heading out before your next fishing adventure. They're easy to find right across the street from Grill's Restaurant at 505 Glen Cheek Drive in Port Canaveral. All righty, guys and gals, want to let you know this segment of the show is brought to you by Mudhole over in Oviedo. Mudhole Custom Tackle has got all the great tackle that you need in that particular area, plus all of the stuff that you ever need for building your own rod and reel. Obviously, that's how they made their business. work for so many years. They celebrated their 50th anniversary here just a couple of weeks ago. And if you guys and gals want to build a rod, get out there and check them out. They're over at Component Loop, 2133 Component Loop in Oviedo, Suite 1001. And you guys and gals can get all the cool stuff you need right there. Hey, also, milestones are what define greatness. And this year, America's celebrating a huge milestone with its 250th birthday. Budweiser Beer is also celebrating a milestone as well. The undisputed king of beers is celebrating 150 years of creating smiles, laughter, and unforgettable memories wherever beer lovers gather across this great nation. Beechwood Aging produces a unique American-style lager for everybody to enjoy. And Carroll Distributing, your local Budweiser distributor, invites you to celebrate America's 250th birthday with Budweiser's 150th birthday by grabbing an ice-cold Budweiser, because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly. We got a phone line. You know what? We got to do the Starbright mesh trash bag for the Starbright Cleaning Solutions segment. These things just came out about a year ago. Got a suction cup on them. You can stick them just about anywhere you want on the side of your console. And they got a great little suction cup.
That's a great idea.
Up to 5 gallons of stuff, and it's got a drawstring on it on the top of it so that you can close it down. So, Eric, you get to take one of those home with you, along with your Starbright bucket full of goodies. Bag. Always. Stuff constantly wants to fly out of the boat when the wind's blowing.
I know. I'll have a 5-gallon bucket or whatever, but you can't put like little bags or anything.
That's
small
why this drawstring mesh bag is so cool. Hey, we're gonna go to the phone lines. We got Captain Jeff Cranick on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, guys.
What's going on in Jeff Cranick's world today?
And you know what? It was a busy week, but I don't think I feel like I didn't get anything accomplished.
Really?
I had a lot of things going on. Wanted to give a shout out to to Tom Euler and his crew over there at the old fish house. They pulled off another one yesterday with the 6th annual bottom grind. And I don't know if you saw the picture or not, but in the red snapper section, they put, in all the divisions, they put Noah as the winner.
Noah won.
Snapper. Noah won that
well,
round.
they should have put the Commercial Fishing Association, because that's who actually won it. With their lawsuit.
I was listening to you and Lisa, and I actually, there was some people talking real trash about the CCA this week, and I was on the phone with Lisa twice this week, clarifying stuff so I wasn't putting out BS on these posts that other guys are putting BS on. So, you went right to the source, and it just amazes me how social media wants to twist stuff around. I shouldn't say it amazes me, but one phone call will normally
why anybody that's not absolutely insane would think that the organization that has been fighting for recreational anglers' fishing rights for the last 40 years. 40 years.
I heard people saying that too, and it didn't make any sense.
Why anybody would say that they were the cause of the snapper shutdown? That's just, I'm sorry, I'm going to call it like it is. That's sheer stupidity.
I think one person just said it, and people took it, and then started wrong with it.
And if you're that person that said it, or if you're that person that regurgitated it, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you what you are. The only organization in the entire state that has a voice for recreational anglers, and you're saying that they're the problem?
And not only
get your facts right,
Jim. Not only do they have a voice, they have a seat at the table.
At the table, exactly.
With the feds, with the state. Any grassroots organization. I don't care. I was involved with DU for 20 years, sat on the state council for 12, and I didn't agree with every decision that they made. You're never going to.
You're never going to. You and I think very much alike, and yet we don't agree on everything.
No, exactly not.
It's never going to happen. But you find commonalities that work towards a better goal, and you try to get behind an organization that's doing that. And CCA has done nothing but that for the last 40 years.
Exactly. not much more to say on that topic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about gator hunting real quick.
Gator hunting's coming up. They had the permit draws. Blair got points set this year. Don Petrucci got points set this year. So and I think Tyler get something as well?
I think he got points set.
So it's going to be a lot of gators coming out of point set this year, hopefully.
You know, here's the same thing going on. The conspiracy of, you know, that the lottery system is rigged in some way. I've been dealing with this on a couple of different sites. About 5 years ago, I was invited to sit on a committee, FWC committee, that covered the licensing. It mostly had to do with duck hunting, but it's all the same. It's all the same program.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of we did 4 meetings throughout the state, and 3 meetings, and then the last one was to come together, take all that information we got from people that attended the meetings with us, and put something together. Because there was a lot of rumors, a lot of crap stirring on Facebook. Guys, the lottery system works as a lottery system. You know, once those names are in the computer, there is no human contact until somebody types it out and says, "Here's our list."
Yeah.
You know, it is totally random. What it comes down to, guys, is if you're going to put in for what I call high value targets, you know, places like the C40 and Stick Marsh and TMG, you know, just in our area, the likelihood of you getting picked every year is very, very low.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people applying for those prime spots.
Well, and people want to blame somebody for the amount of people. Now, they set a new record this year. When I first called, I was told it was 21,000 applicants for 8,000 tags.
Okay.
It was actually 27,000 applicants for 8,000 tags.
That's a lot of people trying to vie for not many tags.
And only 230 of those were from out-of-state hunters. Yeah. So the conspiracy of, you know, they're taking our tags, that's not happening either.
No. Hey, Jeff, real quick though, you know, when you're talking about gator hunting, now with the new rules, you know, it used to be a nighttime thing, but now you can actually daytime hunt for alligators as well.
Well, the numbers don't lie. Math doesn't lie. It stayed consistent for years because people, I don't want to say they were afraid to hunt at night, but they were uncomfortable hunting at night.
Okay.
So the applicant numbers stayed the same. You know, and then they tweaked the hours, you know, added a couple daylight hours to where they finally went 24/7 for 11 weeks in a row.
Right.
Which I was not a proponent of that. I was very vocal about it. And the numbers of applicants have just climbed every year. If you're willing to sit on a boat during the day, Grandma, you're going gator hunting if you get picked. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of these guys, I know it may sting a little, but they ask who to blame, and it's the guys that pushed for 24/7 hunting of alligators. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, if you open it up so that more people are interested in it, more people are going to then apply because they are therefore interested in it.
Shocking.
So it's not rocket science. You know?
Exactly not.
Yep. Hey, buddy, we're against our next break. We appreciate the call in this morning. Have you got any gator hunting time available if somebody gets a permit and wants to go get a gator?
You know, I do. I'm a little slower now than I used to be. So I do one a week. It just all depends what phase they've got.
Right.
If not, I'll send them to somebody else.
You know the guy. If you're not the guy, you know a guy.
I know a guy.
Yep. Well, how do they get a hold of Captain Jeff Kranick?
Obviously, social media, or my cell phone is 321-863-9182.
Yep.
And again, congratulations to the winners of the bottom grind and for the gentlemen and ladies that picked up gator permits this year.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the call, buddy.
Okay, man. We'll talk to you later.
Alrighty. Bye-bye now. Hey, you know what? Let's do the catch conditions real quick, Eric, because we got to know what's going on out there. Southeast today, 5 to 10, going 10 to 15 by this afternoon. Seas are supposed to be 3 to 4 feet with a dominant period of around 8 to 9 seconds. The Ponce buoy this morning was 3 feet at 9 seconds, 80-degree water temperature there. The 4-mile buoy out of Canaveral was 81 degrees and 3 feet at 8 seconds. And the 20-mile buoy was 4 feet at 8 seconds with 82-degree water temp. Seas over the current Gulf Stream is approximately about 40 miles off of Ponce, 29 off of Canaveral, and 22 off Sebastian. And then, of course, tides look like this. You got a low tide coming up. Well, it was just a couple of minutes ago. 8:28 a.m. It was the low at Canaveral. 2:39 p.m. is your high, and 8:41 p.m. is going to be your low. And then 8:30 a.m. is going to be your low again tomorrow morning, and your high at 2:33 p.m. and 8:56 p.m. is your low at Sebastian Inlet. So lunar tables, which are the best times to get out and hunt and fish, presented by All About Archery. The major, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. this evening. The minor at 12:28 p.m. to 2:28 p.m. in the middle of today. Eric, you know, we've obviously this red snapper thing has been a huge problem for the recreational anglers. Commercial interests have just absolutely thrown a monkey wrench in everything, and CCA and the ASA are doing what they can to try to combat that lawsuit. So obviously CCA is trying to once again help with problems that are created by the commercial industry. So, you know, like I said, anybody on social media that's bashing CCA has no clue what they're doing and should just shut up, in my opinion. I mean, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we'll actually get any real days out of that this year.
Fingers crossed.
Or they'll just be like, oh, here's one day. Be happy.
Yeah, be happy
Again.
with your one day like you've had in the past. Well, let's take our last break. When we come back, we're going to have a wrap-up with Eric and what's going on offshore so that you guys and gals can get involved with Slightly Obsessed Fishing Charters, get on board, and go catch some fish this summer and even fall. Don't go away. We're going to be right back after these messages. StarTron enzyme fuel treatment makes all engines run stronger, smoother, and helps them get better fuel economy. The enzymes in StarTron improve the quality of all fuels so engines start easier, even if they haven't been run for several months. Don't just stabilize your fuel, tune it with StarTron. StarTron enzyme fuel treatment can also be used in 2- and 4-stroke engines, trucks, lawnmowers, generators, motorcycles, 4-wheelers, basically anything that runs on gas. You can also get StarTron diesel fuel treatment for your truck, boat, or tractor, or construction equipment. If you want to fuel more power, tune your fuel with StarTron. Is your home under attack from pests or termites? Or have furry wildlife made themselves way too comfortable in your attic? At Integrity Pest Management, they specialize in getting rid of pests, termites, and wildlife safely and effectively. With years of experience and commitment to integrity, they protect your home from unwanted invaders using eco-friendly and efficient solutions. Don't wait for the damage to pile up. Call Integrity Pest Management today for a free inspection and let them restore peace and security to your home. Call 321-637-1199 or visit them at integritypestmanagement.com. Integrity Pest Management, where your home's safety and your peace of mind are their top priority. Hey, guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch a Memory Outdoors. And, of course, this segment of the show, we don't have a segment sponsor, so it's going to be sponsored by me and Captain Eric at Slightly Obsessed Fishing Charters. So that's who's bringing you this segment of the show. You didn't realize you were a sponsor of Catch a Memory Outdoors, did you?
No, I'll take it, though. I'll take it.
Eric, we've got a lot going on. Obviously, spring season has been fairly decent on the days we can get out. I'm looking forward to the summer season. The tarpon,
I'm looking for the weather, the tarpon. I was going to say you that earlier, but we got sidetracked on the red snapper thing. I'm like, man, I'm ready for them tarpon to show up. I'm ready for to go down the beach and find some rollers,
see some big silver things,
see some bait pods getting blasted. Easy throw in the net. Don't have to throw it 100 times on these freaking pogies scattering around on them
big,
balled up,
big dark balled up. Bait pods.
I see that from a mile over there. That's what I want. Nice, calm days.
The one that you pull up to it and the bait pod is shifting all over the place because the fish are working it so hard.
Even the next week is supposed to be windy, man. Straight out of the east. I'm just so over it. I just want summer's got to happen at some point here. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when it does, I'll be happy.
Well, in the meantime, if you're not fishing offshore, what's going on? I mean, how's your lagoon?
We're fishing offshore. It's just not.
Doing?
It's just still not, consistent enough, to be able to do it as much as I'd like to. But yeah, we can always go inshore. I got an inshore trip tomorrow, so red fishing has been good most days. Around the islands, mangrove.
I was gonna say, I heard Cocoa Beach, Thousand Island, down to Satellite Beach. I heard it's been a really good bite for redfish in the last the last 2 weeks or so.
It's been good. Yeah, the water, the water's up just high enough to where you can access a lot more stuff now. So, compared to what it was a few months ago, during the wintertime, it was really low. So low. We got some water come in, probably need a little bit more rain still, but the water was gorgeous over on the south side of the islands over there. It was crystal clear. So nice clean water, higher water. There's some bait starting to show up. There was a good amount of mullet over there last time I was over there.
Are you finding schools of fish, or are you just finding singles and doubles working shorelines?
Singles and doubles working shorelines, yeah. What's a school of fish, dude?
Right.
I don't see that no more.
Pod.
Not a lot, anyway.
Fish,
I say a pod, yeah. A school. I don't know what you consider a school, but what I used to consider a school was 50
fish or more, yeah.
Yeah, pods. Group, more like groups of 1, 2, and 3. And that's if you're sight fishing, which you can do,
Yeah, with the water being as clean as it is.
Yeah. I had a day the other day. I was just went all on the bank line, just looking to see, how many I saw on the way out. And it was nice to be able to do that because a lot of times the water's dirty. So it was dirty on the north side. Couldn't do that.
So are you throwing artificials? Are you throwing live baits, cut baits? Or are you throwing a combination of those?
A combination. I would say they're very close to the trees a lot of times. So, keeping an artificial and getting the cast in there and having somebody that's proficient in casting that good and then can keep it. You can't keep it in the target zone for a long time. So you got to make a lot of accurate casts. You can't just make, a few here and there. You have to, every cast has to be in the sticks, up by the sticks, and you're going to snag underwater branches. And that, and the other. But the bait's nice because if you find an area where they're in, you can fan baits out up against the sticks and keep them there for indefinitely until they get eaten.
Until something swims by and picks it up.
Until something swims by and picks it up. So that works the best.
Now, are you finding one cut bait working better than another right now? Are you preferring pinfish over mullet over ladyfish, or are you just kind of whatever?
I love mullet. Ladyfish is also a very good one if you can get it. So I usually have both those things, but also shrimp's been working still too. So if there's not a lot of catfish around, man.
Catfish and puffers. Catfish and puffers.
Not a lot of catfish around chewing you up. But we were catching some on lures too. Some just soft plastic, some jig heads.
Gotcha.
Nothing, paddle tails, normal stuff. The trout and the ladyfish bite was really good on the edges of the flats and in the channel cuts and drop offs and stuff like that. And even some docks were good. So, but the docks have been more hit and miss than everything else.
I fished the Indian River Lagoon here the last couple of days, and the fish in that side, and I fished between Pineda Causeway and 520 primarily, or 528 a little bit.
On the Indian River side?
On the Indian River side. And one day you'll pull up into an area, there's glass minnows, there's silver perch, there's finger mullet, there's full-size mullet. You pull up in there and you go, oh wow, look at all this bait. And
you think there'll be some fish in there? And
there's a redfish. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's a pot of little 3 or 4 trout potted together. Oh, there's another redfish. And you go down the shoreline. Oh, snook, 2 snook. You know, you go down the shoreline and you're like seeing all these fish. And then the very next day you go back to that same spot. The bait's still there, but the fish aren't. It's like, where did they go?
That's strange.
Where did they go? It's been 24 hours. Where did they go? That was my day yesterday.
Maybe they're just cruising up the bank line or whatever.
They may have just moved farther. But you
would think they would stay if there was what they were looking for.
But the whole shoreline is full of bait. I mean, the whole shoreline is full of bait.
Yeah, keep moving down.
They just keep moving.
I mean, that's a long shoreline. You know, there's
9 miles.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
A lot of docks there. A lot of shoreline.
Yeah. So my best pattern yesterday, because we didn't find where the redfish and the trout and the snook were, with the exception of one here or one there, and most of them weren't real cooperative. They were, when there's only 1 or 2 fish, they seem like they get super jittery, and they just don't. You can't approach them with anything hardly. Even throwing a bait to them and letting it sit, they would swim up. They would see the croaker. They would swim up. They would see the silver perch, and they would turn and they would go away from it. So it's like,
what leader were you using?
Lures we're throwing paddle tails.
Leader.
Oh, 25 and 20. So our best bite yesterday, our best pattern actually was the ends of the docks on the east shoreline between 3 and 5 feet of water. If you fish the docks that were outside of 5 feet of water, the ends of the docks, nothing. Maybe a puffer bite. If you fish the ones inside that were only in a foot or 2, nothing. But if you fish those 3 to 5 footers, that's where, you know, the jacks, the ladyfish, and the speckled trout were all wanting to be in that particular water depth. But there wasn't a lot of bait in that water depth. But for whatever reason, they were holding in that water depth.
But the bait was up shallower?
Bait was shallow. Acres and acres of glass minnows along those shorelines right now.
What time of day was it that you
started at 6 a.m. and finished at 12:30?
So they weren't even up shallow during like the early morning hours?
Had one bite on
because I can see them slide now.
Yeah,
you know,
one bite on a croaker at 6:18 on the first spot, 6:20 on the first spot. Got it all the way to the boat. It was about a 22 inch trout. Got right by the boat, shook the hook, and got off. The only fish we had in the shallows that day was that bite.
I've noticed too, like lately, it seems like because the wind's all over the place. Like one day it's from one direction, one day it's from, and then one day it's just dead calm.
Yeah.
And then like you think like the best day would be when it's nice and calm or whatever.
Calm day.
Yeah. But those are the days that I like absolutely struggle to catch anything. Like it's just so hard to get a bite. Like because they get acclimated to having some kind of wind current or something going and something moving.
Yeah.
And then when it stops, they're just like super spooky or super.
They
like,
get touchy.
Yeah,
they get jittery,
very touchy
for sure.
And you'll see them. You know, you go down the bay.
Yeah, I ended up dropping down to 15-pound leader and dropping my 1/8 ounce size jig head down to a 16th ounce weedless worm hook to a lighter presentation, and that helped. And the fall rate, the drop rate of the lure slows down.
Slow down.
And so that really helped as well. It seemed like they didn't want it falling quickly, like a quick fall, and like if you're twitching it back up, like making it hop. They weren't liking that.
What's water temp?
They were wanting it subtle, 85 and a half degrees. Yeah,
getting up there.
Yeah, but clean water, looks good. I mean, it looks really good.
I'm sure it'll keep picking up as we get into the summer months.
We're coming into the next moon, and they're definitely going to fire up on this next moon.
It'll probably start moving towards an earlier bite too, which means you got to get up earlier and earlier every day.
Well, my new boat is going to have a black oak LED on it on the T-top, so I can launch it anytime now because I have daylight on demand.
Wait. What did you just say? T-top?
Yeah, that's my wife's fault.
Did you just say T-top?
That's my wife's fault.
That's not something that you.
No, that's not
known for.
You're exactly right. Exactly right. Well, guys and gals, I don't know where 2 hours went, but it's gone.
Yeah, we got lost in the sauce there.
We did get lost in the sauce, the red snapper sauce. Remember, boycott red snapper at your local fish market, boycott red snapper at your local eatery. Let them sit on it and suck on it. That's what I have to say about that. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I'm just really angry about what the commercial industry has done to the recreational industry. Eric, how does somebody get a hold of you?
You can go right to my website, slightlyobsessedfishing.com, or we got Facebook, Instagram, same thing, Slightly Obsessed Fishing.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolute pleasure.
Always fun.
Captain Eric Myers, always a great guest. Appreciate your comments and insight on everything today. And until next week, do exactly what we're going to do, gang. Get out there and catch yourselves a memory.